So I have done basically nothing the past 2 days except read or listen to audiobooks. Today's the 31st. I finished 3 books yesterday, two of which I started yesterday. So that's interesting. And then today, mostly, I just spent a couple hours listening to Eddie Izzard's memoir kind of thing. I don't know. But I like Eddie Izzard. I don't really care too much about the memoir, but it's something that it was on the Overdrive app from my library, and I was like, I feel like listening to something and not doing anything, so that's what I did for several hours, and it's nice. It's just kind of like Eddie Izzard's chill. He's never gonna be a favorite of mine, but he's chill. And I don't know. I should read more, but I'm just tired, and I'm mostly caught up on booktube, which is nice because I didn't watch it for a week. And other than that, I'm just trying to think about other things other than my life. It's occasionally, every few months, I will remember that I'm depressed. Or not even remember, I'll realize I'm depressed. And it's I've been depressed since I was 9. I don't know why it comes as a surprise, every 3 or 4 months, that, oh yes, I have depression. The depression is there. And it's just why? Why is this something that has surprised me? It should not be a surprise. It's not a new thing, but it's always a surprise. So yeah, I'm just kind of realizing that and being oh yeah, that's still here. And I don't know. I'm just kind of feel low key and tired, and I was up until 3 or 4 a.m. last night, and I still woke up at 8. So there's my life. I might go to bed early tonight. It's only 8 p.m., I think, or 9 or 7. I have no concept of time at all, but it's sometime in the evening. It's gotten dark, so I feel that justifies going to bed, maybe. Or I might just lie here in bed and not listen to Eddie Izzard, because I feel I've listened to 3 hours of his audiobook, and I feel I like Eddie Izzard, but 3 hours of Eddie Izzard is a lot of Eddie Izzard. So I don't know. Also, I don't want to fall asleep while I'm listening to this, because it'll just keep playing and playing and playing, and then I'll wake up and the book will be over and I'll have no idea where I left off. So just filmed my wrap up, and I'm at the library because I can finally return all the library books that I read this month, and there are 9 of them because I've already filmed reviews for them, so I was just waiting for the wrap up. And it also means I can finally do my unhaul on Wednesday, because I posted that a while ago, but I never did it because 3 of the books that were on my unhaul were 3 of my books from my unhaul I read in March, and I was just waiting to get rid of them until I filmed my wrap. So now I can do an unhaul on Wednesday because Second and Charles has half price clearance books on Wednesday, which is great. And yeah, I can return all these books to the library. And I'm trying not to convince myself to get another book, because I'm returning 9. That means I can get 1, but I still have 13 books checked out from the library, so getting any books is incredibly unnecessary right now. So I did wind up grabbing a book. I got Tempest and Slaughter by Tamara Pierce, which is her newest book in the Tortall series. I was kind of thinking that I was gonna reread all the Tortall books and then read this, but to be perfectly honest, it was on the shelf and I have no self-control. And I'm planning to read the Immortal series this month anyways, which is about Dane, who beats Numair's student in those. So I'll read those and then I can read this one. Which, I mean, I say that that I need to read them, but I don't need to. I've read those books so many times. I've read all of Tamara Pierce's books so many times that I really don't need to reread them to read this book. I kind of want to, because it's about Numair, and I'm so excited. This was announced when I was 14 years old, and it didn't come out until last year. So I was very bitter that it was taking so long to come out for a very long time, and I'm very excited to be able to read this. So today was another library day. I had to pick up 2 books that were holds, and those are the only 2 books I got. So I'm trying not to go to the library as much from now on until forever, which is what I say every single time I go to the library, but I really mean it this time. But I did pick up All the Walls of Belfast by Sarah J. Carlson, which was recommended to me by Abby over on with Pellinor. She really loved this when she read it, and it's been on hold for months as I was waiting for the library to get a copy, but they finally did. So yay, really excited for this one. And then the other one I picked up is Betrayal at Little Gibraltar by somebody, William Walker. I don't remember who recommended this book. It was either Bookish or Justin from Triumphal Reads. I don't remember which one, but they're the only two people I know who read World War I nonfiction. So it was definitely one of them. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I've wanted to read a World War I book for a while, but my particular library doesn't have, it had like 3 and none of them looked interesting. So yeah, this I had on hold and it finally came in, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. I don't really read a lot of military nonfiction, but we'll see, branching out. So it's like April 3rd, which means it's time for my April TBR. I only include things on my TBR that are, like, I have outside obligations to read. I don't bother including things that I'm just, like, want to read or kind of, like, want to get to this month, just because I'm terrible at sticking to TBRs and I read a lot more when I don't try to. So I tend to make them a lot smaller than what I actually plan to read this month. Because, like, I have a whole big stack of library books that I might go through at some point and just, like, show you guys maybe at the end of this vlog. But yeah, my TBR, I have no book clubs or read-alongs this month. I have no buddy reads, as far as I can tell, just, like, various reasons. Some things are every other month. Sometimes I just don't have buddy reads, and my book club is reading a book I've already read twice, so I'm not participating in that this month. So the only books I have planned are for the rereadathon, which I'm hosting with Abby Mac Reads and Alyssa from Sushi Dragon Master. It's to reread a book every month for all of 2019. What month is it? April. The April challenge is to reread a book set in a different world or a book set in a different country or culture. And I have 5, which sounds like a lot, but it's a lot less than it sounds like. The first, and kind of like the main one, is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. This is set in Afghanistan, and I read this when I was in high school, and I was 16 or 17, and I remember really loving it. I read The Kite Runner, which was like his debut novel, his possibly more famous work, when I was 14, and I think I was a little bit young for that because I didn't love it quite as much. But this I remember really adoring, so I do want to, like, give it another go, and then maybe reread The Kite Runner, and then The Mountains Echoed, which I also have on my shelf. The other thing I have is for the other challenge. I kind of wanted to hit on both. So I have a bracelet on here. I have The Immortals Quartet by Tamara Pierce. I read The Song of the Lioness. I reread The Song of the Lioness back in January for the reread of First. And this is set in the world of Tortall, which is a high fantasy world. So obviously set in a different world. Yeah, like, there are 4 of these, but they're like quick little middle grade / YA. They're old favorites of mine. Like, I read the 4 Alana books in a weekend, and I kind of figure I'll read these in a weekend, and I'm not really too concerned about that. So those are the only 5 things that I have officially planned for this month, and these are optional, I would say, but I don't know. I will be reading these just because I love them. And then I had like 12, I don't know. I had like 12 books out from the library, and then I went to the library like twice and got like 3 more books. Now I'm up to like 15 books from the library, and it's just an issue because I need to stop getting books from the library so I can actually get through them and then read what's on my shelf, because I keep like buying new books, and I'm up to like 463, which is where I started the year with for my unread TBR, and I was kind of supposed to get below 400, and that's not gonna happen. Like, I'd have to read so much and not buy anything for that to happen, and it's just unrealistic at this point. But I still do want to, like, get it down some, like, under 450 by the end of the year. That's not a big goal, but, like, I need to stop going to the library. Like, that's my biggest problem. Because I haven't been buying or acquiring that many books. It's just the going to the library kills me every time. Quick update, because my TBR is a lie, and me not going to the library is a lie. I grabbed, that's too shiny, The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, which is the sequel to The Wrath and the Dawn, which I will be buddy reading with Abby Mac Reads this month. So, both those things were a lie, but now I have the book, and it has deckled edges. Like, that's annoying to me. Why? They're so much more difficult to flip through, and but I don't know. I'm excited to get to this. Like, I'm not like super fond of the story, but it is interesting, and I don't know, just like overall, it's gonna be a pretty quick read. It is Saturday night. This will probably be the last update of the vlog, just because it's late and I probably won't feel like updating anything tomorrow before I just edit this, so last clip of the vlog, I have done nothing but read today, and like, I'm not even kidding. I woke up, I edited my video for my top 5 video, posted it, and I've like just read like a lot. Like, I read all of the Chaos of Standing Still, I think it's called. Started that today, finished that today. Read a bunch of Missoula. I read like 2 sections of that, even though I've been just reading one, which might have been a mistake because I think it was like too heavy to read both, but like whatever. And then I read like half of JC Dugard's book that I got, which I don't like. I wish I did, but I don't. And now I'm starting Beartown, which I really didn't want to start until I finished Missoula, just because they're like the same thing, only one is a novel and one is nonfiction. But like, they're both about small towns where, well, small towns where sports is like everything, and then a sports player rapes a girl, or in the case of Missoula, many sports players rape many girls. But yeah, I don't know. I just finished The Castle of Standing Still, and I don't want to read any more of either of the books that I'm reading, just because like, I don't like the JC Dugard book, and like, finishing all of that in one day is a lot. I read like half, and I'll like finish it tomorrow probably, and then I can't read anymore of Missoula. Missoula is just like so intense, like, not emotionally, like, it is emotional, but it's like not even that, because it's written like a journalist. Like, he is a journalist, and that's what this book is like. It reads like a 400-page newspaper article, or however long it is, but it's just like so much that it's too much, and I can't read that much. And the only thing on my shelf that I was like, I really want to read right now, and all I want to read is Beartown. So hopefully the fact that all 3 of the books I'm reading right now are about rape is not going to be a bad thing, since like, I'm home alone and it's like 11 p.m. But yeah, hopefully Beartown is good. If I update you guys again, it might be because it's like 4 a.m. and I've just finished Beartown. So I know I said I wasn't going to update you guys anymore, but I just finished Beartown, and it seemed kind of rude to just like leave it on the note that, oh, I started this book, and then for next week's vlog probably forget that I'd started it and finished it. And yeah, I finished Beartown. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like literally just finished it like 10 minutes ago. I'm making myself food now. But I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I really loved a lot of aspects of it. Where's the light? There's no light in here. There's like light. I really loved a lot of aspects of it, but at the same time, I really hated a lot of it. Like, the story I really liked, the characters I really liked, the themes I really liked. The writing I really could not stand. The way the themes, every single theme was just spoon-fed, like I was too dumb to figure it out for myself within the story, was so irritating. And I don't know. But like, I did enjoy the story, and I did enjoy the characters. God, I can't stand his writing, I've determined. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna read the sequel. Like, I'm still down to read the sequel, and I'm still gonna read A Man Called Ove at some point. But like, I don't know. I don't like his writing. Love the story, love the point, love the characters, love the town he's built. Just, God, I hate his writing, but I don't know. I mean, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I was torn between 3 and 4 stars. It was just, the writing was everything that brought it down for me. Like, everything. Like, ugh. The story itself was really wonderful, but yeah, just didn't like the way it was written, and that's like everything when it comes to a book. But I do understand why people like it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I'm reading Missoula right now too, and that's like, makes it seem extra bad just because Missoula is so wonderful. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I read it. I will read Us Against Them. Is that what it's called? The sequel? I have it on my shelf. I'll probably read that like this week, just so that I can like have it read and see if I like his writing any better than that. And I don't know. If I like that at all, it'll probably make a difference in when I read A Man Called Ove. Because, I don't know, I'm really, really not loving his writing style at all.